The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
I'll push it along. Grab that one. Grab the other one. You're going to wait a bit.
Don't worry, I
know.
It's better than I did. Right.
Yes.
Broadcast first. Darnesh, you want to kick us off?
David, hello.
Hi there.
Can we get team news for the Arsenal game first of all?
Czech Coyotes returned a little bit to training, so we're hoping that we can get them back quite quickly. Obviously, Chicharito and Andy Carroll were back on the bench at the weekend. James Collins is coming on a little bit as well, but not ready for the game. We've got a couple of long-termers, so we're pretty much as we are, really. The only one we've got a doubt was Eddie Fernandez just hurt his ankle in training, that was all.
Can you just put into words what Saturday did for morale and more importantly belief around this place?
Well, we got 3 points and that's what we needed more than anything. We needed it more than all the other things you've said there, but I think for confidence as well. I think we've played well in the games and I think we've been threatening to get some results in parts of games, probably Man City especially, but I thought against Chelsea we had to work really hard. We had to defend really well and in the end we got what deserves.
Can you tell us what response and reaction you've got from Joe Hart since Saturday?
Well, Joe, I'm sure for all his career has been number one wherever he's been, and there's been somebody else who's worked alongside him. So at this moment in time, Adrian went and goal at Man City, played well, and he did so again on Saturday. So I'm sure Joe will give Adrian all the respect from that position. He's a really good guy, Joe, and as I said before, he's good in the dressing room for us. And the big thing about Joe is his level of experience. The games he's played in, the competitions, and I've got to tell you, he'll play a lot of games for West Ham between now and the end of the season.
I'll come to that in a minute, but you said you've got compassion for players, in particular in relation to Joe's situation and what's coming up at the end of the season. Is there any scenario where you would let Joe Hart go in January?
Well, I just said that he'll play lots of games for West Ham, so I think I answered your question before you even posed it to me. But what I will say is, no, Joe's here, and if I'm correct, I could stand corrected, but I'm sure I don't think Joe's contract allows him to go back anyway.
You said he will get plenty of games. How can you guarantee him that if Adrian has got the...
Well, that's good. I hope Adrian keeps playing well, but there'll be games for Joe, there'll be games, and Adrian's going to have to play well. I'm really fortunate to have two good goalkeepers who are competitive, and at this moment in time, Adrian's got the jersey.
Feel Joe would get enough though to be in contention, to be selected for him, given that Gareth Southgate wants players who are playing regularly?
Well, I think my job's to pick the West Ham team, not to pick the England team. I think Gareth's a really good coach, and he'll know exactly what he wants.
David, some of the fans, the West Ham fans that I've spoken to, have been very, very impressed with the form of Matsuoka and Alkovic. Yeah. What have you said to them to turn their form around? Has it been a no-nonsense approach? Has it been an arm around the shoulder? Has it been a bit of both?
A little bit of both, probably. But I think ultimately, I think Marco has come as a big sign and big expectation here. And I think everybody knows he's a really good player. He was a really good player at Stoke City. Maybe of a type, so we had to try and make sure that we got at least that from him, which he showed at Stoke City, and if we can get a little bit more, then even better.
More no nonsense with Marco?
No, I think both of them. I think we've said to the players, at the moment, we've got to try and work a bit harder as a team and play more together as a team, and I think if we get that, then it'll continue to help get us results.
Just on your own managerial style, do you feel you've changed over the jobs that you've had to what you're doing now?
I think you do change, and I think management does change you. I think if you start as a young journalist, I think when you finish your career as a more experienced journalist, I'm sure you probably change the way you do things. So it's no different in football management as well. But I think there's a style which is needed here, and I'm trying to do that at the moment. Well, I think it's one which the players here want to be told, and I think they want to be accountable for their work, and we're making them that. We're making sure that they're accountable for everything they do on the pitch.
It's another tough game next. It's Arsenal at the London Stadium. Their last 2 league games, they have conceded early goals. Have you spoken to your players about that? And is that something you believe you could exploit?
No, I've not talked about Arsenal conceding early goals. I think you would, if you're talking about Arsenal, you would talk about a really good football team and got excellent players on their side. But we have to try and find a way of getting a result. Again, it's what we have to do here at West Ham. We're in a run of really difficult games. We picked up 3 really vital points. So we're aware of Arsenal's qualities, and if we can score another early goal, I'll be thrilled.
You've had ups and downs in your managerial career and been praised and criticised, as well as Arsene Wenger has had the same. What have you made of, in particular, the criticism he receives, given the length of time he's been there and given what he's done there?
Well, I think Arsene Wenger has had great longevity. I think his energy to keep doing the job in a really difficult time for football coaches to be in a job so long. He's done a brilliant job at Arsenal over the years, and I respect him for the work he does. I want to beat his Arsenal's teams every time I play them, but I have to admire MD who can put the amount of effort and energy into one club.
Just final comment from you, David. I'm sure you'll be aware of the reports of what happened in the tunnel in the Manchester derby. Just on a more general theme with regard to that, after victories, what would you say is acceptable when you celebrate?
I think you have to respect your opponents, because you're going to play your opponents again other times. So I think everybody in football now, it's become, the games have been so big, built up a lot. Every game becomes, such a big game. You only need to see the way Sky were, planning towards the big games on Sunday. So I think the players are entitled to celebrate and be excited about a victory, but I also think there's a level of respect where you don't want to step over that line.
Have you experienced your own team or an opposing team stepping over that line?
No, I hope not. I hope we would always try and keep ourselves under control, because again, you might have to play them in a cup final, you might have to play them in a semi-final. So, football's got a strange way of coming back around very quickly.
And have you experienced it in your managerial time when a team of yours were? None
that I can think off the top of my head, that's for sure.
Just finally, do you feel that from what you've heard, it was an over-the-top reaction from what's this?
I've not heard anything. You're the one who's telling me about it, and I've read a little bit. So my focus is on West Ham, and it's not on Manchester City and Manchester United and what happened in the tunnel. It's totally on West Ham and nothing else.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.
David, hello. If we could just go back to Saturday, was it a bit of a relief for you to get that first win?
It was what I wanted. I think the team wanted it. I think I could sense in their attitude that it was improving all the time, and we're having to change a few things around. So in the end of the game, it was a brilliant result for us. To beat Chelsea at home, because Chelsea, had gone 7 or 8 games, I think, unbeaten. They had a really good record. So I'd have to say it was a great result for us, and in the end, hopefully it's a valuable 3 points.
You mentioned about making the players a bit more accountable for some of their actions. Have you been a bit more ruthless since you've taken this job instead of where you've been at Sunderland, maybe you that before?
I think I could possibly say that, but I wouldn't say yes to that, because I think it's always been my style. But I think there's a change in players now. There's a change in, sometimes the players can't take it now when they're getting it. So in days gone by, the players were great. There's, the famous hair dryers and all those things going on. I think it's less and less likely that players are accepting of that nowadays. But I wouldn't say, I've had no real need to, because I think at the moment the players are giving a great effort. I think if I didn't get their effort right, then I'd soon let them know. So at the moment, they're giving effort on the training pitch. And I said to the players, I told you when I came in, I said, don't be coming out in a month's time and saying that you're working too hard, that you're doing this or that, because before that it was to do with maybe not doing enough or not having this and that. So I think players have to take a little bit of responsibility as well.
Has the gloom lifted from when you took over, do you think, since that week?
Well, I don't know if the gloom was there, but what I do know is that I found it hard to win in the games, which makes it harder. But I've really enjoyed my time here. I'm telling you, I'm saying it, I'm really enjoying coaching them, I'm really enjoying working with them. What really makes a manager enjoy it is winning. So I got a great win on Saturday to go along with how I'm feeling, really.
Can I just ask you a couple about Arsenal?
Sure.
Ramsey got injured at the weekend. Jack Wilshere could start. Are Arsenal a better team with or without Jack Wilshere?
I really like Aaron Ramsey. I think I tried to sign Aaron Ramsey before he went to Arsenal for Everton, and he's turned out to be a terrific player, as everybody knows. But I think Jack Wilshere is also an excellent footballer. Had a few injury problems which might have just kept him back a little bit. I'm not an expert in Arsenal. I couldn't tell you if they're better with Aaron Ramsey or they're better with Jack Wilshere, but I do think that whoever they play, they've got good players.
And another player you've been linked with is Olivier Giroud, super sub. Will you be wary of him coming on? Or
yeah, because he scored against me last year as well. I think Olivier Giroud's an important player as well. For Arsenal, I think he gives them another option. Who knows, he may start, I don't know, maybe he's no more than me, but I think overall I think they've got good forwards, they've got a good team, Arsenal, and we're going to have to work hard to keep them out.
I know you only want to talk about West Ham, but do you see any team stopping Man City now in the league?
Well, I think it's a bit easier to answer. I think at the moment they look as if they're really in great form. I've got no doubt they'll be somewhere in the league where they have a slip up. I think the Premier League does that. I don't think you always go through it without having a slip up. I know you could go back to teams who've maybe done that, but I think that in the main there'll be a couple of games somewhere, maybe it's over Christmas time, maybe it's in the run in, who knows, but I think the lead they've got at the moment means it's going to be very hard for anybody to stop them.
Cameras off, please.